Jesus, we're live. All right, okay, there we are. Look at that. Misty is dancing. Happy birthday, Misty. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. There we are. Welcome, everyone. This is the Love Doctor Livestream, episode 47. We've got Derry Adams is saying, "Giddy up." Giddy up. We're going to giddy up. I'm going to giddy up. I'm just getting me drink first. Jeez. All that pressure. Welcome, everybody.
And some Guinness.
You got some Guinness. You're doing the day proper. Oh, how long ago did you pour that for? Like that's you must have had a good hand at pouring. If you've only have that much foam at the top right now.
Yeah, I did good.
You did good. You did good. I'm pouring the drink here. Oh, you know what? I don't want to get myself in trouble like I did last week. I don't know.
How did you get yourself in trouble?
Yeah.
Well, it's not so much that I got myself in trouble. It's just that I think I drank more gin than I was expecting to, but it was all good.
You never drink too much gin. You cannot drink too much gin.
I mean, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad.
I agree.
I didn't feel bad at all afterwards.
See?
So, Bashak is saying happy St. Paddy's. Thank you very much.
Yay!
We got a kitty up from Denis Leger. Just open up the generic mix here. There we go. Still
I also
looking
have
for
Bailey.
sponsorship. But
Oh, I found one of my favorite gin at the SEQ.
Oh, I've never had that.
Oh, here, yeah. It's if you like peppers and cardamom and everything that you do not have in gin, you will like that gin. I will fight people for that gin. I fought people for that gin.
you know what? I am drinking the Madison Park breakfast gin, but I've also I almost spilled the mix.
Don't do that.
I've got this picked up. Oh, I should probably not be in the small window when I do that. But I grabbed this because they're kind of slow in thinking about sponsorship. So I got myself a Brockman's as well, which is usually on the shelf at the Wiggle Room.
Have you ever had Brockman's?
Oh,
no.
Yes.
I mean, that's another bottle for which I will fight for said bottle.
I'm the person that convinced the Wiggle Room to put Brockman's on the shelf.
Oh my God.
Nice.
It's one of the best gins.
For price point, amazingly good gin.
Yeah.
So it's around the same range as the breakfast gin. So so it's what did we just become a gin review show? Is that what just happened here?
Yes.
Well, that's what happens when you're with me because I'm thinking that if you're with Miss Meow, it's not going to be gin.
Yeah, no, that's true.
True. Here we go. Let's Slanche. Cheers to everyone. Happy St. Paddy's. And a second drink for happy birthday to Misty Portugal.
Thank you. Cheers.
Oh, that's probably not good to just start off. Yeah, let's take a double knockback of everything.
It's fine.
Both
It's not tequila.
That usually ends up with the story saying, "Let's get in a Volkswagen and drive to Mexico."
Or you wake up with your head where your feet should be and your feet on the pillow in your bed. That may have happened today.
Signs of a great night.
Signs of a great night, especially if you're not alone and the other person's head is in the right direction.
No, just me.
Oh,
Aw.
sad faced.
It's okay. It's a pandemic. I'm better alone right now. I have cats.
You've got everything if you've got cats.
Exactly. And I did my background green specifically for St. Paddy's Day. I realized, for someone that likes St. Patrick's Day so much, I don't have any green clothes. Well, I mean, I have like green pants that I'm wearing, but we don't need to see those. And I have green makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And you've got a Guinness fascinator. Is that a fascinator or is that a cap?
It's a fascinator. It's actually a headband.
Ah. All right.
I wish I could see you guys without my glasses.
We've got Denis Leger is saying yes, cats are awesome.
They are.
I just want to see if I can do this. Does that? Okay, that doesn't do that. All right, we've got the questions have come in. We've got a number of questions already. So if we can be prepared for this, let's see if I can be prepared for this.
Can never be prepared for this.
Right.
No, we never know what they're going to say.
for those of you who want to ask any questions anonymously, you can go to slido.com and it's hashtag TLD47. That's how you can ask questions. If you want to ask them just in the chat, we can definitely take them into the chat. Nice and simple. So enter your questions to be heard. Let's go. Oh, Christopher just chimed in here. Not sure if you can trust a gin that doesn't look like Andorian ale. In blue? Is that what you mean? Bombay. I know it's just the bottle. The Ophir.
I don't. It's actually very better gin than Bombay, and if you compare it to Bombay, I'll be slightly offended because I feel that Bombay is just a good perfume.
Is the Ophir is not quite clear. It's got a pinkish tone to it, or not?
It's
that looks pretty clear.
Very clear, very clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think there's more than one Ophir though as well.
Perhaps this one is an import from London, so you don't have that a lot, and they don't have a lot of quantities. Hence, me will fight you for the bottle because.
Understood. I will speak up. I have tasted that one, Christopher. It is a very, very fine gin. Gladio Caress is saying slanche. So slanche, gorgeous humans. From a gorgeous human. There we are. All right. Question time. Now we are. Yes, I'm hearing people whisper. All right.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say ready, but it came out as a whisper.
Is it the ASMR part of the show?
This is at least one part of the ASMR. All right, we start at the bottom with the first question: is do you shower after sexting? Do you shower after sexting? So I'm glad everyone's taking this serious.
Depends on the session.
Depends on the session.
Nice.
Definitely.
I mean, if there's a cleanup on all five, might as well just take a shower.
Yes, I think exactly the same answer. Though I'm a dirtbag, and I'm like, I don't really need to shower if it's just my own magic wand or this magic wand.
Plus
Even
COVID.
when, yeah. Even when there's a cleanup, I have tissues and really good underwear. Lots of pairs. Just wipe that up, throw it over there.
I've never decided to buy underwear based on their absorbency.
You're not a woman.
Yeah.
Points taken.
I should say, sorry, you don't have a vagina because not all women have vaginas. So sorry about that.
All right. I would say it really depends. Again, the cleanup on my on IL me, that's a good one. But also, have you ever been sexting and the person ghosts you before you're done? Like sometimes a cold shower.
Yeah. Smart.
Just it's.
That's mean. I also like how Miss Kinky Karma and myself, we did not think of that at all. We're just like, yeah, it's dirty.
I've been guilty of that sometimes. Like, stop.
Did you get busy?
No, it's just because I know that person liked to have ruined orgasm. So what's the best ruined orgasm than to just stop texting when you're right in the middle of it?
Nice. Okay, that's fair.
There we are. It's rude. Gladio Cross is saying dirtbags unite. Yeah. We're all right. Yes, we're dirtbags. We're ASMR. We are sex. I gotta say, no, it is kind of rude when you're not.
Unless you like it like that, it's true.
Exactly.
True. It's true. Sometimes it's the cuddle puddle. But that's not a sexting thing. You kind of need a partner. You need kind of legs entwining and kind of getting crusty together. Well, maybe too much information. We're
never too much information.
Has been on too long.
Wait a minute. What is this again? Too much information? Where?
Oh, right. On this show. Right. Gotta remember. Welcome to the Too Much Information Show. I'm the Love Doctor. With me is the fantastic Kinky Karma and the wonderful Misty Portugal, who just had another life celebration, another tour around the sun. Fantastic. You're quite the tourist. This is great.
It's true. Been around for a long time.
It's St. Paddy's Day. Never long enough. So it's the next question is, what are the best storage options for sex toys in your opinion? All right, a plastic box that's lined with something soft, a soft cloth. It's kind of simple, but once they're cleaned and dried and put away, I think that is the best storage solution. Something close to the bed, because that would probably be the main place to use them. I'm not shaming anyone who uses them in other places because that's fucking fun. But that is my suggestion there. Kinky, you're next in the hot seat.
It depends, because if you're living with a very overprotective mother that doesn't understand the concept of privacy, do not do anything that's under your bed and go somewhere very unusual. That way you make sure that she's not going to find your stash. I may or not speak out of a true story, but if you do have privacy, you could always have like a cabinet, like a sex cabinet with like your toys, your condoms,
Nice.
There are, a full cabinet. It's a lot better than just a toy chest. A full toy cabinet.
It's an adult toy chest.
I mean, so if the question is, what do I do with them? It's very different than what you could do with them.
Well, the question is, what are the best storage options?
Okay, then I would say the best storage option, I think I agree with you, would probably be, or I agree with both of you, like displayed in like a cabinet or like in a nice, protective, lovely package. Because there is something nice about it. You're like, I'm Randy. I'm going to get this beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like opening the fridge. What am I taking today?
It's just like, I don't have a whole lot, funnily enough. I mean, I have enough, but they just live in my drawer next to my bed, in my nightstand on their own. And I clean them often and I clean the drawer often and they just stay in there. That's where they live.
Do you at least have like a nice cloth covering that they can rest on? No, just right on the
in the drawer. I mean, I had a nice covering for my Hitachi because that's like my most prized possession. I talk about it a lot, but I don't know. I got lazy and I'm just like, bleh, bleh. It's funny because we'll open the door and you can hear them rolling around. But I think cleanliness is also very important.
The power coming on in the middle of the night, just, some little gremlin, all they knock into each other ones and they all go off.
That would be so funny.
It's a whole different Toy Story. Bashak has asked, whatever happened to good old shoe boxes?
See?
You know what?
My mother.
Your mother. You know what? The Love Doctor question cards are in these plastic shoe boxes I got from the dollar store. So please don't judge me. Evlit is saying
the freezer
save the batteries. Take the batteries out though. When you can, take the batteries out until needed. Because
I should check mine.
Yeah,
that's
you
smart.
Don't want them to leak.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
That's a very nasty surprise at the worst possible time.
The worst possible time. You're getting blue ovaries there from your sex toy. That's not good. Christopher Murtaugh saying, I'm so tired of these negative Irish stereotypes, and when I'm done my drink, I'm going to punch someone unless there's another drink. Please make sure he has another drink handy, Christopher.
Yes.
Someone give him a drink.
DIY Muggle Guy says, if you're living with your parents, get a locker with a key from IKEA. Now we know why they're the DIY Muggle Guy.
Lol, as if. Not in a black household.
Not in a black household.
Nope.
Okay, we've just been informed. I'm picturing the conversation. I found this box with a lock on it, so I cut it off. What did you...
No, it's just because here's the thing with my mom. She's like, I pay the bills, and whether or not you're 20, you're 2.5, or you're 500 years old, you're going to be 5 years old in my eyes. And I mean, I've birthed you, so I get to know everything about you. Is it a bit toxic? Of course it is. But does it bring funny stories? Yes, it does. Want to know why I have no qualms in walking naked everywhere? Because my mom would just open like whatever door I would be in, whether I'm naked or not, and wouldn't care less. So yeah.
Galadriel Caressa says silicone toys don't love touching each other. They prefer touching humans, and it's a good idea to keep them separated in their own bags to avoid them degrading. Again, consensual degradation is only fun for humans.
This is good to
definitely.
know.
Yeah.
Good to know. That's why getting the cloth or using like a cloth that you can sort of wrap them in is always a good idea. Soft, nice.
It's funny,
Nice.
I only
Yes.
have one silicone one. I've got glass and then my Hitachi. I guess that's sort of silicone on the top, right? Anyway.
I have one of those actually.
I believe it's medical grade. DIY Muggle Guy, and if you are looking for a very private space, find or make a fake bottom cupboard. There we are, DIY. You know what? If that's a YouTube channel, so DIY Muggle Guy. If you have some videos about making false bottom chests, please send it to the Love Doctor page, and we will share that so people will know how to hide their sex toys from prying mothers who will be very upset to find out that there has been secrets kept
Sex
because
toys.
they birthed you.
Sex toys,
God.
clothes, everything. That is
So
not
I had to ask my mom to hide my sex toy once. So my dad was coming over to fix my bed, and I forgot that I had it underneath my bed, and I was better. I didn't feel as bad with my mom finding it as I did with my dad finding it. So I called her and was like, as soon as you go into my apartment, go straight into my bedroom, and underneath the bed in this bag is this thing, and you need to put it elsewhere. And my mom was like, why did you pick me? I'm like, because you're less embarrassing. Thank you. And so that's what happened.
There we are.
There you go.
There you go.
This is the way the world works at this point in time. A lot of people have been moving home because of the COVID, the pandemic, and the lockdowns. They've been moving back in with their parents, I imagine sometimes it's tough for parents to view their children as adults if they're back under the same roof.
Yeah,
I can imagine that.
It's like I am blessed and privileged. I love my mom very much. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't go there. Like, I love her to bits, but no.
Yeah, I hear you.
There we are. What's an unconventional way to seduce you? Misty, you are in the hot seat.
Me first, an unconventional way to seduce me. That's a really good question. Because, like, to be fair, it's been a very long time since I've been seduced. So, like, an unconventional way, what do I even like anymore? I've been seducing myself so much. I'm just like, movies, and I guess I like, I don't know. I'm actually stumped right now. Who knew that seduction would make me stumped? I guess I really like soft touches, but that's not unusual. And food, but that's not unusual. Guys, I don't really have a good answer for this.
I would have a follow-up question perhaps to help you. What's your love language?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. My love language is gifts. I'm the gift, the receiver, that one. I like that. I like to be pampered, I guess. But is that really unusual? Would you say that's an unusual way to seduce
Depends
someone?
on what you get, but depends on what you get like gifted. I mean,
It
If I-
depends on
True.
what's currently conventional. Like
Yeah.
you've been saying it's been a while since someone
I
has taken
mean,
that
knowing
time.
Yeah.
that you like adult toys, like if a guy bought you an adult toy as a way of seducing you, it is very unconventional.
That's true, and that would be a good way to seduce me.
See?
That's very true. See, thank you. I don't think you quite understand. Like, my boyfriend and I broke up over a year ago. And then before that, it was a bad relationship for a little bit. So that whole seduction thing, we didn't do that to each other for a long time. So that's why I was really stumped. But yeah, it's true. Buying me sex toys is actually a really good way to seduce me. And running a bath, but then having, like, when you get out of the bath, having things all sexy. I like with candles, or like you've got the bed made just right, or you're dressed all hot. That's a good way too.
Christopher is saying, Misty, a sexy drinking strip Avengers movie game.
Oh, that's
Very-
a great idea. How do you know I love Avengers? Oh, right, because I post about it all the time. Great idea.
Evlit is saying for a gift to give you a Ferrari.
I will accept it. So my address is no.
And if you've ever sitting in a Ferrari, you'll realize that it is a bit of a big vibrator.
It's yes.
Chris Roberto's also saying pawn fire, very seductive. Get the Trekkies out there.
Yes. I'm all the nerds. All of it all at once. Nerdy things, I guess. Nerdy things can seduce me.
You know what? In pandemic times, touch.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just to have somebody just when they run their hand up the back of my neck into the hair. Fuck, I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a hand
That's so
on the
nice.
forearm. And it's not unconventional, but it's unconventional. I imagine in this time is having somebody truly listen and like discuss this topic that I'm passionate about. That's one thing. Miss Kinky Karma.
Well, it's actually a very funny story because I usually seduce the people that I am with, not the other way around.
So it's about time. So it's all unconventional.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think surprise me. Like,
nice.
Again, as much as I mean, it's not necessarily true right now, but as much as I'm not used to being seduced, pretty much anything is unconventional for me. So the bar isn't high.
Boom! Here it is. Let's no. We are going to be calling out. Is where the fuck are the seducers? All right.
Yeah,
I guess that is what I maybe that's why somebody asked that question, is to make sure that the seducers are out there and getting the shout out that they should be working a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Well,
and you're right. The bar is not that high.
It depends because I mean I am I've been told that I'm a very charismatic person, and charisma when it comes to women is scary. So I know that men, when they're scared of someone, they won't necessarily seduce them. So
okay. That's interesting.
But yeah, because I mean I've seen my fair share of my friends being seduced and all that jazz of like romantic rom-coms things. I even helped. But yeah, I mean depends with who, I guess.
Board games and don't let me win. How's that?
That's easy. I never win at board games. Why do you think I just want to participate?
No, I said never let me win. Like give it a big fight. That's the thing. Dina Leger is saying he just purr and rub himself on people and they are seduced.
Yeah.
There we are. I'm really hoping Dina Leger is a cat that has learned how to type. Otherwise, it could be just a little bit
Purr. That's the thing I can't do. I can't purr.
I can meow, but I can't purr.
Me too. I can meow and I can bark like a dog, but I can't purr.
I haven't had enough to drink to do it.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right. High heels during sex, yes or no, and why? That's the next question that we have, Ms. Kinky Karma.
No, because I'm clumsy. I don't want to hurt you. Because I will hurt you.
Oh, all right.
Not because I want to.
There we are. Misty.
I say yes, because sometimes they're uncomfortable, and that's the only pain that I like during sex. It's like if your feet are uncomfortable and then they look good. And also, I quite enjoy the view of like your legs up and seeing the heels as they're moving. I really like that.
Definitely. It depends on the situation. If you're having sex in the woods, high heels, no. You know, if I'm having sex with somebody who has a considerable height, shortness, like shorter than myself, yes. Because just it kind of helps with some of the angles, etc. Sex on a waterbed, no.
Oh yeah, no. No.
Don't you like danger?
Right.
I also don't like drowning. I I come from a long line of sailors, and it's just like that's the
So
only
you know how to
hereditary thing I
swim.
know. I know how to swim. I know how to hold my breath, but I use
There you
those for
go.
other things. But I just no, definitely the right occasion. Misty is perfectly correct. Seeing them like jiggle,
Dangle.
just
Yeah.
dangle. When they're just beside my ears. I don't know if platforms would be okay, because then that's got to be heavy as well, and then when they
think-
clunk on the side of the head, that's not going to be as fun.
That's why
No.
I'm saying that it's not a good idea for me. It's not gonna happen. It's a nice way to die, but I don't want to be the one doing it.
A female friend of mine actually was kind of she dated somebody who turned out having a little bit of a kink because they wanted her to wear high heels, and then it evolved a variation on pegging with the heels. So it depends on what you want to do with those heels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can be a toy if you want it to be.
Absolutely.
Or try hard enough. DIY Muggle guy is saying, do not rub Denny Leger on the belly. Do not rub Denny Leger on the belly.
You need to pet him with your eyes.
Christopher Murtaugh is saying, frotteur puree. I'm not, my French isn't good enough to do that.
I don't see. I don't understand that French word, and I'm French, so you're good.
All right. Yay! Well, thank you, Christopher, for playing along.
Yes. Comments welcome.
You know what? I love everybody here. I do want to point out that it's Slido. The code, if you want to put an anonymous question, is a TLD47 because this is a 47th episode.
Woo!
And Denny Leger is saying, "Don't worry, they never claw anyone
Unless they want you to, I hope.
Denny Leger is safe on the waterbed. And Christopher Murtaugh saying the cat who likes to rub himself on people. Is a cool.
Frotteur pureur.
I still don't get it.
I think the pureur is like the sound.
Yes. Okay.
So
Yep.
I think
That's good. But what's frotteur?
frotteur it means to to frotte. You know when your
Thank you.
You know when your cat like goes on your legs and wants to be petted, so he pets himself on your leg or your
yes.
feet or whatever like limbs he finds.
Yes.
That's what frotte means, or to scrub.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I guess I get that.
And Bashak is hoping that Denny Leger has not been declawed.
Oh,
please,
me
no
too.
cruelty
I
to
hope
animals.
Yeah.
No cruelty to animals. There is something I do want to get to. The channel has hit 50. That's the wrong button. 50 subscribers at this point in time. So thank you, everybody.
Yay!
We are now at 52 subscribers. We have given the winners. We haven't announced the winners. The winners have all know that they are winners. So we had for people who donate, and you can donate to the channel by the little thing that's running on the bottom right now. And that helps keep the channel going. And anything that's donated is split between all the performers you're seeing on screen right now. But congratulations to Oliver Dufour. He won. He was one of the people who donated. So he received a Love Doctor sticker, and I'm going to do another one for among the people who donate tonight. Will also get one of these things. Look at that. That's fucking huge. I have a huge head. You've seen me in person. My brother's giant fucking noggin. And look at that. That's about half the side of my head. And that's a huge head. So that is available for tonight as well. We
I love
also
it.
have a large prize packet thanks to Bishop and Bag. That is going out. That includes a Love Doctor t-shirt, one of those stickers, and I mentioned the gift certificate from Bishop and Bag, so that's gone out as well to actually somebody who's appeared on the show before, Lusty Onyx. So they
Nice.
and they have subscribed to the channel. So congrats to them. So congrats to the winners. We're going to get on to more questions here, but what's in the chat? Daniel Leger saying, I have all my claws. All my claws. That just sounded like a circumcision joke. I'm sorry. I have all my claws in it. I just use them if I'm attacked. All right. Chris Frotteur is a sexual philia or disorder. Typical cat behavior.
No.
I didn't know that.
There we
No.
are. It's just I need to start reading my bloody dictionary and books again.
Should I buy the DSM-5? I don't know. I've seen the reviews. I'm like,
I'm remaining quiet on that. We're going in back in for the questions. All right. Oh,
Oh.
English is my second language, and I learned yesterday that being fresh means flirting. Are there any other idioms like this related to flirting, sex, being sexy that you could teach me?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a damn good question. It's hard on the tip of the head. You two have a little bit of time to think about that. Being
Good.
being fresh, being being flirty, being hot, being bothered, being hungry for a taste, thirst. Thirst is kind of a new one. Being thirsty, somebody's being a
Yeah.
bit thirsty right now. The fact there's COVID thirst and COVID hunger. There's what's some other ones? Feeling randy, which doesn't mean that you're groping somebody named Randy.
That was mine. Dang it.
He took thirsty, eh?
Yeah, I was like, Randy, okay, I got it. That's a Newfoundland thing. Totally got this.
That's not just Newfoundland. I'll tell
No.
you that much. Miss Kinky Karma, looking deadly, by the way.
Yeah.
What is when you just filled the screen? Hello. All right.
Hi.
I think this is an example of some of them right now. As,
My hello, you. I feel old because I, besides the thirst and being the thirst, besides saying that the thirst is real, meaning that you, in my book, I think it's kind of like you're in like borderline harassing that person. So when someone tells you that you're thirsty, it's like they see your game and like you're going too hard at it. But I think that's the only one I know. I'm old. I need to speak to my brother.
See, I'm not really sure either. Because Randy is what I was thinking for when you're horny. And being fresh for sure. And thirst, I knew it, but I wouldn't have thought of it. So yeah, I don't know either. I feel old too. I'm like, I'm not up on these like terms. Like, what is that term? It's like I'm just like, I'm wet or I'm juicy. Like, I don't know if this is something
I mean,
you would know.
eggplant. If the person sends you an eggplant emoji with like drops, it means that
the rain.
yeah, or
Also
like
raining.
cat.
We can make up our own.
Yeah.
I'm raining for you. I'm eggplant raining.
If they tell you that you have a nice peach, they're not talking about the peach you're eating.
that is something that has come from the 1970s. I'm pretty sure that. And by the way, they might be eating the peach and telling you it's a nice peach.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
that's true.
That's only polite.
Yeah.
Denny Leger is saying there's also a sexual disorder called piquage, which involves using a sharp object to poke people in public places, like on the metro or the bus.
Yeah.
That's still assault.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's because the thing is with sexual disorders and the DSM-5 or 4 or 3, depending on when you decided to learn, you decided to have psychology courses, is that a disorder is a disorder either when society does not accept it, kind of like homosexuality is in the 50s, or when it attacks other people's freedom. Because I mean, piqueur, we all know what knife play is, and a lot of people like knife play, but the difference between knife play and that is that in knife play, usually all the partners are consensual, whereas the other scenario, one of them is not. And that's what the other person wants, basically.
All right. We have a comment, I think, directed for Misty here. Feeling Randy, why kissing the cod? Now that's a Newfoundland thing.
Yes. And I know nobody that would feel Randy when kissing the gross, disgusting, frozen ass cod.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, actually, that's not true. There could be some people. I mean, whatever floats your boat, but maybe float your boat. That's one.
in the Preacher comic book, wasn't one of the uncle cousins, whatever, The chicken fugger also like looking at the mouth of the fish. Kind of
Oh, yeah, I think so. Why do I even know that? I don't even know that comic book, but I know what you're talking about.
right.
Don't
Just
know
a little
why.
bit of. It's because Preacher is big.
Preacher. It's true.
We'll blame it on Preacher. There is more questions there. Let's see what's
Yay.
on the book. I just read an article about sexsomnia, a disorder that's like sleepwalking but for sex acts. Any experience with someone with somnia?
No.
Any experience?
I've never
Misty,
even
you
heard
are in
of
the hot
it.
seat.
Sure, I've never even heard of that. So I definitely have had no experience with that. Or even with sleepwalking. And how would that work? What does that mean that you just wake up performing a sex act?
I'm not. You know what? Well, sexsomnia. I know that is described to people who sort of uh, like if your partner has a nocturnal erection, that they will kind of climb on top, and then they won't wake up until either they're done or in mid. And even though that they were the aggressor to the action,
They don't know they're
uh,
doing it.
they don't know they're doing it.
Wow. I had
Uh,
no idea that was a
but
thing. So no, I've never had experience with it.
I've heard of it, but I do not have like experience. And I know that I sort of categorize that as uh, uh, a female on male, but it can go the opposite way, or can be just where your hands are rubbing. Like, have you ever woken up cuddling someone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just it seems like it's just like a step or three past that.
Okay, thanks. That makes sense in my head now.
All right, kinky.
hmm
I feel like I'm in the hot seat. I it happened to me once, and I swear to God, me and my partner, we didn't understood what was happening until we both woke up. But yeah, it's weird because it all starts when you kind of have a wet dream basically,
Yeah.
and I usually
What?
talk and I move when I sleep, and he talks and he moves when he sleeps. So we both think that probably what happened is that we both had a wet dream and we just
Coupled in the
but
middle of it.
yeah.
Like a nocturnal emission doesn't necessarily have to be about sex.
No,
It's
at
a
all.
sort of like a relief valve
Yeah.
that to the pressure. Uh, if I can make a recommendation as well, there's a very funny comedian who has a one man play about sleepwalking and the dangers thereof. And if sexsomnia is actually related to sleepwalking, it is definitely something you should look at and look to get treated. It's Mike Birbiglia, which is that's a fuck. I'm gonna have to type that out for people, I think. But
Berbiglia.
yeah, he did a movie. He's done several movies. He's quite good as a director. But I'm gonna write out his name here.
Burbiglia. Berbiglia.
So close.
Oh.
Ah,
Birbiglia. Mike Birbiglia.
I
And
almost won the
this
spelling bee.
the special is the show, because I saw him do it as a one man play here in Montreal. Is called Sleepwalk with Me. And it talks. Should I give a spoiler?
Was
Yes.
that at the Fringe Festival?
No, it was part of Just for Laughs, and he's made a film of it as
Okay.
well, which breaks a lot of the fourth wall as he talks to the camera during part of it, and he was reenacting a lot of it.
That's awesome.
Uh, but he was sort of ignoring the fact that he's sleepwalking. Oh well, it's just an inconvenient kind of thing. Until the night he was in Washington State in a hotel room, and he was having a dream that there's a missile coming to the room, but it was targeted on him. So to save everybody else, he jumped out the window. But the
Oh my God.
window was sealed shut at the time. So he smashed through the window, giving himself multiple lacerations, and dropped 2 stories
Yeah.
to the ground.
Oh my gosh.
It's a fascinating story to get to that. So I know I've sort of spoiled something, but you kind of get the idea that, you know, because everybody throughout the film are warning him, no, this is a serious thing you should look after. Please do so. So Sleepwalk with Me with Mike Birbiglia, highly recommended.
Noted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I can reassure you it never happened again. It happened once.
It must have been very strange.
Yeah. Yeah,
was
because
it sort of like a blend of the dream world? It's
Yeah.
like a dream and reality.
Exactly. And you wake up because like you have your orgasm and both of us like got off at the same time. So it's like, what you're doing? What are you doing? What's going on? I don't know.
You're not Johnny Depp.
Wait a minute.
It's like, what? What happened? I don't know. But yeah, but it didn't happen again. But it's
Interesting.
I would say it's not necessarily consensual. If you consider the fact that the person can't consciously say yes, I don't think that both parties are consensual. Even the party that like does the act, because they truly don't know what they're doing.
And that's why it is sort of problematic as well. There's also people with somnophilia. I think we talked about that last episode. People who are aroused by sleep play, including being the sleepy. And I did receive a message about some people that suggested taking, was it Ambien to sort of help? And I'm going, like, involving chemistry in your sex play is dangerous and requires a lot of self-education. So please make sure that it is done. Christopher Murtaugh is saying, I've seen Mike Birbiglia live a couple of times at Just for Laughs. He's hilarious, a fantastic storyteller, and a very sweet, sincere man. He is.
Oh, nice.
He's great. He Just Say Yes, I think, was another one of his films about doing an improv troupe where one of the members sort of gets asked to be part of a Saturday Night Live type organization. It's very, very funny person, but I definitely recommend a Sleepwalk with Me. All right. We may have to nix this next question. It's directed directly to Miss Kinky Karma. So, do you want to hear it at least? Or?
Yeah, let's humor me.
All right. Miss Kinky Karma, how do black dads treat kids in regards to sex, nudity, etc.? I mean, no disrespect, just curious.
Okay.
So it is an education kind of thing, but
I could answer, but I'm gonna change the question because here's the thing, and I think it's about the gist and the joke that I said earlier about my mom like hiding my stuff. I didn't live with my dad. I was brought up by my mom, and my mom was a very religious woman, but she was also very overprotective when it comes to her kids, and I think that's a running theme in Black communities. We tend to overprotect our own for many reasons: institutionalized racism, sexism, misogyny, name it. So for them, they're very conservative, so they try as much as possible to shield you from sex, or especially when it comes to women, because I mean, I'm a girl, to save yourself from marriage, because for them, sexuality and your virginity is something that you give and that men wants to take away from you. And once they have that, they will take it against you. So you need to be careful to whom you give it. And my mom being religious, you need to do it only on your wedding night, when you're wed, when the guy is supposed to take care of you. So if things go wrong, like he'll be able to be there. So with that said, I know that I'm not the only community where that kind of prevalence happens. And as much as I understand the reasons why, it needs to evolve. And I think it's evolving with the times. So when it comes to masturbation, for example, my mom was kind of weird about it. It's like, yes, you should know about it, but once you're married, in order to help your husband know what you like, but don't do it before. Because if you do it before, it's going to open doors that you're not supposed to open because you're a child.
Interesting.
Now, I want to point out that there's ethnic and cultural differences, and Black in itself is not an ethnicity.
No.
So there are different Black cultures who treat it differently as well, and sometimes it's a cultural difference. It could be due to a religion, etc. Whatever is the cultural base.
And again, I am not the spokesperson for the Black community, nor do I want to be, nor it's like I'm speaking from my own personal experience.
And we just wanted to duly note and hopefully help sort of educate the person who wrote that question, because this isn't an anonymous question. That it's not all black dads, it's not all black communities, and
No.
you know what? It's not all dads.
Yeah.
It's. I think it might have been a better question about how dads deal with that, etc. But again, that is it all depends. Like I don't have a child. I have an adult, but at the point that they lost their virginity, they felt comfortable enough. We had enough of a communication that they let me know, and that they were happy with this kind of growth in their life, and I felt proud that they felt that they could share that with me. I just, I could have not dealt with it, hearing it, but it was.
It does something. I mean, it kind of like in a huge retrospect, I completely understood my mom, because it's like, okay, you're not my baby girl anymore. I mean, I might joke that no matter what age you are, you're still going to be 6 in my eyes. I mean, it's kind of wrong watching, like, me seeing you as a 6-year-old having an active sex life. It's like the image kind of changed.
That, by the way, that was a hypothetical how the parent viewed it. We're not suggesting any of that kind of visualization during the Love Doctor live stream.
But do not do that. That is wrong. But I think the reason why, however, they chose the father is because, I mean, I feel that in society, you rarely see the mother running after the guy with a shotgun. You usually see the dad with a shotgun being like, if you touch my daughter or even look at my daughter the wrong way, I'm going to shoot you. And it's like, or all those sayings of guys being like, oh, if I have a daughter, I'm just going to lock her up. And I'm like, why? Because you don't want your daughter be treated like you treated like women before you had her? Is that really the thing? I mean, let's talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
The entire argument about boys will be boys. Well, fuck you. All right. There's the what happened in London, the Met police force that happened this week. The fact that the cops were going around door to door telling women that they should stay home.
Yep.
Why shouldn't you catch criminals? Like tell men to stay home.
Or in Montreal, when we had the taxi accident, they were like, women don't take taxis at night. It's like, what?
Yeah. So
this kind of advice. The fact that it turned out that the person who did kidnap and kill this woman was a cop really doubles down on that. And the fact that there was a peaceful demonstration against the police force, and then the police came out with the riot squad.
And we're brutal.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
I do not have the police, any type of police in my heart right now, with us, especially the Montreal police. So.
No, I have friends that are police, like in Newfoundland, and I find it very difficult because they're good people.
You can be a good people and a stupid individual.
Exactly, and I know like in my particular friend is female. She got into the police force. She's an artist, so she literally got in there just so that she could be the the person that would draw the sketches and stuff when somebody tells you who they are, what they look like. But in order to do that, you still have to train. And like, it was really hard for her, she said. The police force itself, like, it's set up to fail almost. It's like, I mean, it comes from a horrible, horrible background, right? It came to keep people in line, like not to protect at all.
No.
So just to mention something, all right, Christopher will probably either correct me on this or jump in on this one as well. I mean, Bashak said, "Happy St. Paddy's Day." You've heard the term the paddy wagon. That was because the police were all white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, and so they would round up the drunk Irish and put them in the paddy wagon because it was filled with paddies.
So that's where it comes from.
Yes. So this being St. Patrick's Day, and just to this kind of like it, and currently a lot of the police training is focusing on the militarization, and a lot of militarization type training involves breaking people down so they see their fellows officers as brothers. This comes from military, and they follow orders unquestioningly.
Yes.
And the thing is, we need to make sure that new police officers and police officers in general have compassion and can question and adapt to a situation to protect the public, and that is
Yeah.
not happening currently.
No, not at all.
They need to start in schools. Do you guys know? I can't believe I'm saying this, but do you guys know what someone needs to do in order to become a police officer? I know because I studied with them. So basically, they need to go to Cégep, like for Quebec, by the way. So they need to go to Cégep. They have this technique that's called technique policière. That is mainly given in Collège Antique and Collège Maisonneuve. The reason why I know is because I was into their sister program, which is called Intervention en délinquance, which is counseling. So they have 3 years of different law and protection stuff. And we have the same teachers, so it's kind of fucked up. And after that, they have to go to Nicolet. And then after that, they have another training depending on where they get hired. So we're talking about years of training. It's not like the States where with a GED, you could like go and like shoot people. We're talking about years of being told that you're not necessarily here to protect. And here, what you need to do is make sure that the rules are followed, but without questioning them.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's which is weird because it seems like a lot of police officers in Montreal are failed hockey players.
Yeah, no, they're actually quite smart. That's the thing. That's like they are smart, and I think that's how I learned that you can be smart and be stupid at the same time.
And Christopher Murtaugh is saying Paddy is a derogatory term by the English, even though the Irish word for Patrick is Padraig. So context matters. Evlid is saying, my question for the night, what theme or premise in a porn video turns you on? Please don't say stepmother, stepson. You are in the hot seat, Kinky. So you get this one first.
Oh my god! The first vision I had was the parody of Pirates of the Caribbean. so like any porn movie that kind of have a story, but it was a good story. Like it's a nice storyline, and then when sex happens, it's really like it makes sense. But yeah,
That's fun.
So, I think my answer to this is yes. Misty.
What was the question? Was it a storyline or just what in porn turns you on?
What's the theme? What type of theme in porn turns you on?
Yeah, I like the visitor porn. Like you order a pizza.
Guy.
Yeah, totally. You order a pizza and they come in, like so basic, I know, but it just seems like so much fun because both people get so much out of it. Yeah. Like, you know, you're like, I'm ordering a pizza, and then it's like sexy ladies like, or vice versa. Sexy human is like, would you like, exactly. Would you like to share a slice? Bleh. Like, you know.
Would you like me to give you a nature tip?
Right? Exactly. Yeah. Or like the plumber. I love the plumber. I love the plumber storyline. I just can't help myself. But like when they're all under there and they get wet because like dripping water, although that's kind of gross. Water in weird places for me, not a good thing, but still the plumber idea. But it always has to be a sink and a kitchen. That's where my brain goes.
I believe you're actually going to get a comment from Evlit soon after this one. Kinky and Johnny Depp. Apparently that's Evlit's big turn-ons.
Before me being open, he was my only, like, I was allowed to like sleep with him and get away with it with my partner before we opened our relationship. So yeah.
Beautiful man.
Christopher Murtaugh saying he fixed the cable.
Yes.
I don't know. Yes. I don't know if he's talking about the plumber. But,
he might not be, but that's okay. That's a good one too.
My cable any days. It's okay.
And it's bad because I cannot help myself. I remember being younger. Like before even, I think I may have just been like making out at this point. Like sex wasn't even really a thing. But my friends and I, there was a group of us that had a sleepover with her parents gone away. And we ordered pizza. And all of us wanted to seduce this kid. All of us. We legit invited him in. And we were the only pizza he had. So he came in and we were drinking at the time. We were way too young to be drinking. We weren't really loaded or anything, but we were like, "Would you like some beer?" Like not thinking about drinking and driving, like because
Yeah.
young.
You're young.
So, and I mean like a teenager. And yeah, we totally we totally gave him pizza and gave him some beer, and then we were like trying to flirt with him, and then finally he left because
I mean,
he's working, and it took him like an hour to deliver one pizza. But yeah, even before I knew it, that was a thing for me. So
but that would be a great scenario, like Home Alone.
yeah,
Home Alone, the porn.
Yeah.
also, who knows how old he was versus us? Like, imagine, like, if you're like this 20-something-year-old and like these 14-year-olds are inviting you in, like, some people
Offering you
would
beer.
find that kind of gross.
And some people would abuse of it. So I mean, I
Oh,
think
for
he's
sure.
a good guy. I think he
But-
abused of the situation, but in a good way. So he ate pizza, got a beer, and then he left.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're offering.
Yeah.
He
It was
was he
so
was
funny.
doing that in for the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Misty, you can't tell you are turned on by seeing a plumber's ass cracked.
Okay, see, no, but it depends. Like, I'm sorry, but just say, Channing Tatum was my plumber and he was bending over and then his pants came down a little bit. Yes, I would be turned on by that because he's Channing Tatum. And like, look at his like back that goes into that ass crack with the pants. Like, come on.
You'd
Now,
have
if
Channing,
it's what?
you'd have Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Because I had an image of Ruby Rose in my head. So I'm like,
Okay, yes, yes,
You know what I mean?
yes. I'm there too. There for that. I am there for that. But Channing
Alright.
Tatum, I love him. Oh.
Then Elise
Porn
is
Alone,
saying
the movie.
Porn Alone, the movie.
Yes.
So, isn't that like the pandemic safe version?
Yeah, it's basically what's going on right now, isn't it? Not like right now, but I mean like in life.
Yeah.
Well, again, YouTube. This
We're
is
not
a
alone.
health, wellness, and comedy show. So, and by the way, if you care to donate to the channel, make sure that this keeps going. Make sure to pay the wonderful people above us. The link tree is down at the bottom. The first one there is buy a drink. Recommend it. We have a number of people. Please make sure you're hitting like as well for this because it is kind of important. I can I ask a question?
Yes,
Of course.
I have answers.
Me
This is
too.
a question.
We
Okay.
have that in common.
Theaters are allowed to be open now.
Is the wiggle room can open?
Well, the thing is, they
No.
can't serve
No.
alcohol.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the point? I mean, clearly we know the point, but
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
go ahead.
If there was to be a vaudeville type show in a theater, would people be interested in going out to that, as long as they can be home before the 9:30 curfew?
I'd be interested in performing.
yeah.
So those of you who are watching, just let us know in the chat as well. And we've got our next question is already geared up.
Ooh.
So what are your tips for setting an easygoing flirt? Oh, I have a follow-up for Misty. No, before we get into this, Misty.
Yeah.
As you were talking about being a young person in Newfoundland.
Mhm.
Like, did you know who was working at the pizza shop that night? Did you kind of know who was there? Like, were you a townie or were you somebody who was out in the boondocks? It's like, oh,
No,
you know
no.
who that is. I know he's your cousin, Julia, but
but
or Georgina.
but don't worry about it. No, I was a townie, so I didn't know there was lots of people I didn't know until I became over 18 because I didn't have sex for the first time till I was 18, and then I had sex with everybody that I knew everyone. Yeah. Mhm.
There it is.
There you go.
The
Said it here
question is, what are your tips for setting an easygoing flirt? You are in the hot seat, Misty. Apparently, it's ordering pizza from. No. What are your tips
Okay,
for
but-
setting an easygoing flirt?
But what does that mean? What do you mean by setting an easygoing flirt? I don't know what that means. I don't actually understand.
I think this is what are your tips for doing a low pressure type of flirting situation? That's my take on setting for an easygoing flirt.
Okay. Well, for me, again, I think I'm a situational human being, so it depends on the situation that I'm in. Like if I'm at a bar and I see somebody and I think that they're good looking, I'll start talking to them, and then if I can afford it, which usually if I'm at a bar, I can, but sometimes you go out and you have only a certain amount of money to spend or whatever. But if I can afford it, then I offer to buy a drink. That's a flirty way. And I like to talk and I compliment. So I'll totally talk and compliment, and then I do the eye thing, and then I tell them they're good looking.
Boom. Straightforward.
That's
no
it.
no huge pressure. You got the cat rolling on the couch beside you.
I know. I know.
We got to
he's
see the
so
little
cute.
toe beans.
Right?
Toe beans. There we are.
Sorry. How about you?
It depends. I mean, we're living in a time of COVID, so a very nice, easy way to flirt, memes. I mean, but memes are the answers, or my answers to everything. If you've seen me, and I think I mention them every time I'm here. So yeah, memes. That's the one way to my heart. Memes, food, and good kiss. But outside, yes, I would go with flirting, but I wouldn't go with the conventional type of flirting, as in you dress nice, you have great eyes. I would compliment you on unusual things, like the drink that you're drinking, like
Yeah.
like that type of easy way in order to not destabilize a person, but to keep an interest and to have an interest, because everybody's gonna tell you that you're pretty, you're beautiful. I mean, come on, you're in a bar. I mean, you didn't dress yourself to look like the Grinch, for fuck's sakes.
You never know, but true.
I mean, I know that when I go to a bar, it takes me 2 hours to get ready. So I swear to God, if I know I'm cute, I know I'm pretty, but if you ask me what I'm drinking, or you compliment my drinking choices, then yeah, it's going to be more interesting. And it's also a very easy way to open conversations.
Good one.
Definitely a good one. I'm gonna the eye contact and taking an interest in what each person is saying, not just try to talk in or jump in with if they might have said something, and if you ignore that to say, oh, what are you drinking, at least acknowledge what the person said, to pay attention, because I'm going to say something a little bit radical. I hope no one takes this bad. If I'm interested in somebody, it's not just their body. I want to be interested in the mind. There's so many beautiful people out there that in itself is kind of a little bit of a boring thing. You want to find somebody who interests you and that you can engage with mentally. I don't want to sound like some kind of freaky radical, but
no, that makes sense. And it's and it is engaging, and it is actually more engaging when somebody is engaging with you. How many times can I say engaging in one sentence?
Try it.
If you say it 3 more times in a sentence, I think that's when the ring appears on your finger.
Whoa! I don't want it, so I'm not going to stop there. Yeah. I'm already married. This is Nova. Ooh. He's really cute.
So did you have a destination wedding, or
It was my living room. Wow. We got married on the chair tower over there, but no. But it is a good. Oh, go ahead.
I'm on my 3rd drink. So was that? Did everybody answer that question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know. I've almost finished this, I think.
I've added a little bit more gin in this.
It's bad. I'm drinking out of this tiny little glass, and it's a skull.
So cool.
So it kind of just makes me think I'm drinking brains. And I'm like, like liquid brains. No, I'm getting smarter with every sip.
I'm drinking out of the cup that it's so funny, because pre-COVID I had a friend of mine who's really, really cool, and he bought this very expensive whiskey. Nice. And he decided to bring his glass, because he's like, this is an expensive whiskey. I need to have an expensive glass to go with it. And he forgot said glass at my house. And the rule is, if you forget stuff at my house, it's officially mine when it comes to alcohol and drinks. So look at that. Nice.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. I have one too.
I feel
Same
rich.
thing. A friend brought it was Game of Thrones whiskey. Because I hosted a Game of Thrones night for the whole final season. So we got to watch it. There was a group of us who watched them all together and talked about it. It was great and also awful. And I
Yeah.
still have that glass.
Well, yeah. I mean, how do you think I get like a full bar without paying a dime?
Always have the party at your place.
Exactly.
And get them drunk enough they forget. Get them. I don't like that term, so I take that
No.
back. Let them get as drunk as they would like and hopefully forget. There we
We
go.
usually forget.
Christopher saying he's quoting me with I'm on my third drink. Happy St. Pat's. Well done.
Hats.
Yes, happy
Galadriel is
St. Pat.
saying that's a neat glass, Misty.
Thank you. And it is
Definitely.
glass.
Is that from what's his name's vodka?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Aykroyd's vodka.
Yep.
Oh.
It so is. I won a delicious coffee liqueur brains, except it's Bailey's. It's not
Liquor
coffee.
brain.
But
You know,
I dressed up like Black Swan once for Halloween, and I actually did like the scratches she did in her back, like when the feathers came out. If you've seen that movie, so I actually scratched my back just with my nails, not hard, just enough that you could see the lines, so you'd know where it was. Then I got my roommate to paint it with black and red nail polish. And then I spent 2.5 hours just doing the eye makeup so it would look exactly like the movie with like all the way that they had it done. So anyway, I won the costume contest and I won a bottle of that vodka with 2 of these shot glasses.
Nice.
So I gave 1 shot glass to a friend who also loves skulls. But my bottle, we used it in the Cleo's window when we were doing a set dressing for one of our shows. And so I don't know where that is anymore. Cleo's ate it. That's what happens at Cleo's.
I think it's like the purpose of every bar. You have like this. I think they have a spirit that just eats everything. Like the Cleo has it, the Wiggle Room has it. It's like
Yep, you're right.
Lost and
It's a-
Found is a huge.
It's not
huge
even.
pile.
It's not
It
even
is.
lost and found. It's like, kind of like a tribute. It's kind of like the burlesquers tribute to the
Yes.
venue, being like, take
Such a
this
good way.
tribute. That way, the show will go well.
We're going to take it. It's crazy too. I mean, don't even get me started on Cafe Cleopatra. We'll talk about that after.
I've never been. I need to go before, like, if it ever closes.
They
Yeah.
have obviously have pictures of some politicians. They're never going to be closed by any legal means.
No. Well, they own their space, so they're not paying any rent. So like at least
Oh.
they have that. So they're not obviously bringing in money, but they're not paying rent. Yeah, no.
And the
That's
city
a
tried
whole
to
story.
move them out.
Yeah.
Oh
once
yeah,
already.
and Johnny
Many
said
times.
no. We know the owners because I have been with a troupe called Glam Gam who's been doing shows there for over 10 years. And so we know the owners. They they let us pour Jello, like this Jello that you would like wrestle in. They let us pour that through the trap door once onto somebody. Like we actually stood up, we covered everything in garbage bags so like nothing would get dirty or ruined, but they literally let us do that. Like what other venue is going to let you use the trap door, which also what other venue has a trap door to pour liquid from
I need to
Jello
go.
at that?
I need to go to Cafe Cleo. I think my pilgrimage of burlesque will not be complete until I go there at least once.
Oh my
Your
god.
Montreal pilgrimage.
Wait until karaoke.
And
Yeah,
DIY
I've
Muggle
been
Guy
invited to that.
says it gets drawn into the walls because of burlesque ghosts.
100%.
It's the burlesque ancestors that make sure that those places stay open. In order for
100%.
us to do it,
You know what?
and to protect us, we need to give them tributes.
All right, this is not a small glass that I have. Look, again,
No.
we've already stated how
okay.
big my head is. So, like that, like in comparison, but it is. I'm drinking
Lovely.
from a
Lovely.
StreamYard mug. They're the people who power this. This is not this is not a paid sponsorship thing, but
Your mug is green, so you can see the background through its eyes.
yeah,
It's really
exactly.
cute.
It's a good mallard, the
love it.
StreamYard duck. But anyone can be streaming a show thanks to this. These people, they do a fantastic job.
So nice of them.
It's so easy, and there's a free version that you can use if you want to be able to stream. It takes minimal requirements from your computer, and you can even do it from your cell phone. So cheers. Anyone who wants to do that, look up StreamYard. Tell them I sent you, which doesn't make much difference, but it's something.
It makes a lot of. I've learned that it makes a lot of difference because by giving them a shout out, someone will listen to that and they will go into it, and it gives a lot back, more than people would think, actually.
So actually, if you want to contact me and I take your email address to them, I can actually get a free month of paid subscription on this. Doing that, so that can help. But just going there on your own, I don't mind. If you want to stream something, if you want to do your own podcast of sort, do that. I fully will support you on that. Just like anyone who's liking and subscribing, I really definitely want to thank you for doing that. Brigitte, Kang is saying, I'm late as fuck, but hi Kinky, I love you.
You're not late. You're not late. That's too early.
It's definitely we've been over at this for over an hour, but I still have lots of questions to get to. Yes. We've been taking a long time with these questions. I don't mind, but Denise saying you can't see burlesque ghosts because they wear sexy see-through negligees.
It's not true. I think that you can see them. I think burlesquers are able to see them and feel them when you have that moment of intense doubt right before your show, right before your number, and then for some odd, weird, fucked up reason, you have like this, no, everything is going to be all right. I think it's them. I think it's them.
There's a few burlesquers who talked about early performances, and I've had the chance to lock eyes with them and just go, breathe. So I think I've just been called a burlesque ghost. Christopher Murtaugh is saying he could stream as the nerd doctor if only my mom had named me Nerd and she had married a Mr. Nerd. No, she would have had to marry me. Doctor is my family name.
Or she could be a doctor.
Yeah, true.
Brigitte Kang is saying, laugh out loud, I'm on POC. I can't say that. I'm not allowed to say that.
I love this.
All right. Sorry, he meant Mr. Doctor. He screwed up his own joke. There we are. Okay, I have a question. Do you often get irritated by your romantic partners? How do you get over it asking for a friend? All right.
You want to talk about it?
You've got the floor at this point in time, Miss Kinky Caramel.
It's the story of my life with COVID happening that we get irritated one another. I think I told the story to Misty. It's so funny because my cats, because I have a guy cat and I have a lady cat, and they kind of mimic the behaviors that me and my boyfriend has. So it's really funny when we see them bicker because it's literally us bickering. But yes, it's normal. I think the best way to get over it is I think it's an old advice that my math teacher gave us when we were in like secondary too, which is I think 12th grade in the English world.
Quebec only has 11 grades in Quebec. So CJEP is like grade 12.
So grade 11. Well, anyways, I was in high school. And he's like, never go to bed angry. And I took that to heart. And I think that's the best way to get over things. And again, COVID related, please bear the mind that, well, you're in COVID. You don't have anything to dilute the things that irritates you when it comes to your partner. Like you don't have your friends. You don't have, if you're in an open relationship, you don't have your partners. You don't have all the nice things that go closed in order to dilute the fact that some traits of your partner irritates you. So if you keep that in mind and you try not to go to bed angry, it's kind of like a good middle ground.
Okay, and Brigitte King is saying 8th grade. So
there you go.
Your 8th grade teacher when you were 13 was giving you sex advice. All right.
Relationship advice.
Relationship advice. All right.
He's also the one that said to a guy, never ask a woman her age. That is rude. That is absolutely rude. Who are you to say that? You don't do that. Do you want to die?
So it's now time for the birthday princess your answer for this question. Did you say wrong head?
Yeah. Damn it. You weren't supposed to hear that. So here's the thing that's happened to me that has nothing to do with the question. I talk to myself a lot. That's why you hear me whispering sometimes during this, because I talk to myself or I talk to my cat, and it's a thing. It's a problem.
No, it's not. I do the same thing. If you say it's a problem, it's not a problem, okay? It's a sign of intelligence.
And I did say wrong head instead of side. That's okay. It's a good thing I'm a copywriter and I work with words all day.
Detail.
I think
Detail.
the don't go to bed angry thing is very good. That's a very good one. And I think that a lot of it is literally open communication and taking timeouts. When you are able to look at someone and go, okay, I'm getting really irritated. And like, especially if it's a small thing, you know, like sometimes it's just something small. Like, I don't know. I can't think of
They
something.
didn't do
You're
their bed
picking,
correctly.
or you're like sitting on the couch with them and they're picking their toenails or something. And that's like gross. Or like for me, I don't like it when people do this with their fingernails. I don't know why, but
Why
for
did
me,
you
when
have to
it's
do that
someone
to us?
else's fingernails, sorry, I don't like it. So like, it's just, I think, very important to be able to go, I need a moment of me time so you can get up and walk away and calm down and then be able to resolve the issue. But definitely if it's like little things, it's just important for communication and to walk away and then be able to deal with it. Because a lot of the times, you know, what's bothering you is literally a you problem and it's not a their problem. Like it's something small that they're doing. That's who they are and part of what they do. That's a you problem if you can't deal with it. If it's a big issue, different story.
I think both of you answered that as better as well as or better than I could have. And yeah, do you get irritated by your romantic partners? Yes.
Yes.
How do you
Yes.
Yes,
get
it's
over it?
normal.
Communicating or just kind of putting it in perspective? Those are the two
Yes.
things. At the same time, you also don't want to be forgiving them for things that they're not knowing that they're doing that annoy you.
Well, yeah.
Just because it's smoother for the relationship, because
No, you have
that'll
to talk about
build
that.
up a little dam inside you. So when you finally do snap, you snap much bigger than the situation would normally
Hmm.
get. Kinky.
Sometimes it's not useful to buy peace. Sometimes buying peace is way too expensive.
Yeah. True.
And Galadriel Caress is saying, I'm very much into this whole discussion of burlesque ghosts. We pay tribute in sweat, blood, and lost accessories.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
true. So true. Blood, yeah. Poking yourself or like cutting yourself with your nail or like just weird random things.
Or just weird
Were
bruises.
either of you
Yeah.
there the night that Celesta O'Lee broke her nose
No,
on a chair?
I heard
Broke her
it.
nose on her chair.
Oh, this is good.
On
Tell
a
the
chair.
story.
Tell the story.
I cannot give
Please.
the story its true justice, but she was out dancing. Somebody moved the chair and she ended up smacking her face.
She was really into it. Was I there for that? I think I actually might have been. She was in a snowsuit. So she did this whole number where she strips out of the snowsuit because like it was a theme, like an outdoor theme. And yeah, you're right. That's why Frenchie's always saying like don't move the furniture or she moves it away, whatever. She was doing a movement and you know it's Celesta, so she's like amazingly
Yeah.
with her head and she had flicked her head and went like this. Yeah, I was and hit her head and then came up from it and kept going. And then there was blood on the stage, but we thought it was part of the number because when she did this, like it looked like she had put blood on her face.
Oh.
But then it got worse and worse, and she finished the entire number. She was still super sexy and amazing, and finished the number. And she had, yeah, I think it was she broke her nose. It was like blood.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
intense.
Galadriel Crust was there. DIY
Yeah.
Muggle guy is stating she worked through her number like a fucking queen.
Did
She
you
did.
name the chair? Because
Sorry?
technically,
No.
the chair drew blood, and like there's this thing with me and Crimson Duchess and Infernal Temptation. When something draws blood, you need to name it.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, those chairs get moved all the time. They should have put a sticker on it or something.
Still needs a name. The chair needs a name.
It's true.
Celesta needs to name the chair.
This is true.
Bridget Kang
Celeste,
is
if you're
giving
listening, name that chair.
what a badass. Galadriel Caress. She pushed through and finished her act even though her nose was broken and her face was lacerated. Daniel Leger's go, what a trooper. Super trooper.
Really, though, I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
The next question is: being out of Jameson on March 17th sacrilegious or just a serious error in judgment? Misty, you are in the hot seat.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have Jameson, so maybe it's just a serious lack of judgment because I actually didn't even have Guinness till my friend brought it over, which I have a hat, but no, like, see, it's because when I look, this seems like it should be this side. Anyway, don't mind me.
It's not a mirror. It's not a mirror.
Yeah, because like this is like here on my anyways. Yeah.
Right? I'm like, why? No, it's a serious lack of judgment. I don't think it's sacrilegious. I mean, at least I still have whiskey, which I should have got because this creamy thing is a bit. I'm feeling
Now we
it
get
though,
to
so
see the
that's good.
green pants. Yeah.
Shh. Don't talk about those.
It's not a lack of judgment. It's not a sacrilege.
Oh,
Unless you do not pay your respects to the Irish spirits and buy yourself a bottle of Jameson as soon as you can.
oh, nice. So are we all going out and buying Jameson tomorrow?
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to say it's not sacrilegious and it's not a serious error in judgment. If you're completely out of alcohol, that's either a personal choice or that's an error in judgment because you should be able to raise a glass tonight. DIY Muggle Guy says the chair survived the battle. Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
And the chair was possessed by a mean ghost. That mean ghost did not stop the fucking show, is the real story of this. Christopher Murtaugh saying, I concur. Thank the gods I still have a Lafrog.
Yum.
Galadriel is saying, I vote for an error in judgment for the Jameson, but they too are bereft of Jameson.
That is such a good word. Bereft. I like that word.
What does that mean? It's a cute name, but I don't know what. It's a cute word, but I don't know what it means.
Without. But it's a fancy word with more meaning.
I am still gonna put that in my work emails when I need to put up.
DIY Muggle Guy is a little upset, so saying, isn't Lafrog
Scottish? Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to upset any guys.
It's Scotch, not whiskey, and the entire. I've already gone through the entire thing to discuss where the word whiskey comes from. Do I need to do it again?
I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
All right. Who here has had eau de vie?
Eau de vie.
I had the Haitian version of it.
Okay. What is that?
Pretty much everybody has their own. It translates to water of life, obviously, in French.
Oh yeah, eau de vie.
The version of it in Scotland was them brewing an Irish drink, and I'm saying that I'm sticking to it. But what they would put on the bottle was this.
Oh,
which translates to be water of life.
Oh.
All right. Now it's pronounced in Scottish Gaelic as Ishka Bacha.
Oh, Ishka Bacha. That does not look. I'm like beat he, Usk beat he.
But there was a fucking an English person, was there, and he had a drink of that and said, "What is this?" and grabbed the bottle and looked at it and said, "Ah, whiskey," because it's and that is how it got renamed. Now, whiskey is an interesting drink because in Scotland it's Scotch, in Ireland it's whiskey. In Canada, it's rye, and in the United States, or specifically Kentucky, it's bourbon.
But is that all the same, though? Or I thought they were different because of the way they're made and how they taste.
True, but there's all kinds of different ways of making gin as well, and so
or rum.
But we don't.
Oh,
rum,
true.
So we don't rename them for each kind of one. So each area has its own genetic. It's its own way of saying it. And the Scots are my Celtic brethren. I have no ill will towards them, only sympathy because they failed to separate from. Never mind. Bridget is saying, I'm sorry, I need to add that I'm a simp for kinky karma. Can't blame you there.
Yeah.
Evelyn is saying slight differences.
You're so cute.
All right, and we have a
look. You guys have to.
Another question, isn't? Oh,
see. Look at
the
it.
internet.
Look
Yeah,
at this.
we won the internet.
Look at those toe beans. Just a scratch. You know,
Hates it.
you're definitely you're gonna
Hates
make
it.
Denny Leger very, very guilty, or very jealous at this point.
Okay, I'll let you
Envious.
go. There you go.
Denny Leger saying U.S. Or us cats. Sorry, I thought U.S. Us cats only have our own whiskey name. We call it Whiskers.
Whiskers.
There we go. Yeah, Bridget Kang. Oh my God, the kitty. That's
Right.
definitely. Anytime that we can show pussy on screen. No, what? No, sorry, that was bad. That was bad.
Technically,
No, it
it's
was
okay.
fine.
I mean, that's
It's fine.
another word for cat, so it's legit.
It is. It is.
I
it
really
is.
wanted to show you my pussy there, and I did it.
You pulled
You
a
did.
Simpson. You pulled a Simpson. It's okay.
There we are. You've got. That was so bad. Who is the sexiest plumber ass crack, and why is it a trombone player?
What?
I've
A
got a feeling.
trombone player?
We have a trombone player is in there. Bridget Kang is saying YouTube's going to cancel you again. Just give it a warning. Who has the sexiest? You know what? Who? Sorry, I've had. Well, my manager has had the pleasure of playing a plumber on screen before. So
Oh, you're right in it now. Sorry.
Christopher saying beep, and now we've said the P word. Video demonetized. So I got news for you, Christopher. This video has only been monetized by those people who've been kind enough to donate to the show. We are not monetized yet. We are still stretching right now. The next subscription goal we need to get to is 100 subscribers so we can get a vanity name for the channel. And so please share it with everyone. So we can get that, and please don't forget to donate. We are far from over, though. We still have more to go.
Yeah.
Christopher is a trombone player, though. Christopher is a trombone player. That's I'm outing him here. The P word was plumber, so according to their lady friend, the P word is plumber.
Plumber.
Clarifying. We've got more questions coming in. I love flirting with the cute girls at the grocery store, and from what I can tell, they like it too. Is this wrong?
No.
Nothing creepy, just gentle flirting.
I mean,
I would love.
I'm in the hot seat, so I'm just going to jump on this one first.
Yes.
You might think it's gentle flirting, but make sure that it keeps to gentle flirting, because they are workers and can't leave or say what they truly feel. And the fact that it has that hostage situation, please be kind. If they care to flirt with you, reciprocate. But if you feel like it, but if to kind of be nudging in a little flirty when, you can be friendly without flirting. So try to do that. Misty.
Is
I thought that was your full answer.
and I'm done.
You sounded like my grandma.
I told you I'm old, okay, but I'm not that
God
old.
bless her soul, but God bless her soul. Like old women, like old black women, a whole sentence, a whole paragraph is like with the look. So
It's because I remember working, doing that as a job, not at a grocery store, but I worked at a pharmacy. And it's a weird power dynamic, because sometimes it is fun. Sometimes it's nice to have people flirt with you, and back when you weren't wearing masks, you could see people's faces and chat and whatnot. And then other times it's just too much. So it's hard. I don't know. I feel like in a situation like that, I don't know that necessarily flirting with people is really, you could say maybe a cute, I don't know, but what even comment are you going to make? Okay, you have a nice smile or something. Okay, thank you. So the person says thank you. But then to keep going, it just seems like too much, unless you're just flirting with your eyes for a second. And then there's always that, are they actually flirting back with you, or are you just reading into it because you want to? I don't know. It's a weird situation to actually be flirting. If you're talking about flirting with people you maybe see in the grocery store, I'm picking up this grapefruit and I'm looking at it, and you're picking up a grapefruit and you have eye contact and you start chatting, that's one thing. But with the people behind the counter, that's tricky.
Exactly. Service personnel.
other perspective. again, I'm thinking of a very carefree and like there's no strings attached because I personally, I have a dream. I have a dream that one day we'll be able to like flirt without any strings, and I would be able to smile and like answer to your innuendos without being scared of like me having to give you your number.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
all
that can
depends
be
on
fun.
exactly. It all depends on what type of flirtings. I mean, I remember back when I was working at McDonald's, and like one of the funniest things I would have is like when customers found ways to like have sexy innuendos on my job, but that was actually very funny and good taste, and I was playing with them and bantering with them. So, I mean, as long as the person has an understanding that it's just a sport of the moment, it doesn't have any strings, it's just for the love of it. I find that it can be fun, but again, we need to keep under consideration that she has to smile and she has to not tell you things to make you unhappy, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, but I mean, it depends on what type of flirting you're doing and what's the intensity of it.
Agreed.
Boom. Well said. Anytime you're flirting with somebody who is paid to interact with you, you're not going to be getting an honest reaction.
Which can be why bars can be so fun.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, it kind of goes with the territory of being a waiter, waitress, barman, barwoman, person, server. Like, part of it is people get drunk and want to flirt, and you get to flirt back, and that can be really fun.
Yeah.
And also, like, I like sometimes I just need to flirt. And then if I'm like, especially Hurley's, there was this beautiful, beautiful man, two of them actually, that used to work at Hurley's, and I would go there often. So they knew me. So it was really fun because we could flirt with each other. And again, it was like no strings. It was just fun little quips or things or, you know, smiles or like a little extra like whiskey in my glass or, you know, just fun.
It's like no strings attached.
And their name began with a J.
Did it? No.
All right.
There was a Brian, and I don't know the Irish guy.
All right. DIY Muggle Guy says, your manager's role as a plumber really strung a chord with me. I don't know if it's supposed to be strum or struck, but we'll take that. Bashak is saying, gee, thanks, Chris. I can't be privately stupid for a sec.
Well, you just outed yourself. I didn't know.
well, no. Christopher did say the P word is plumber, according to my lady friend. And can't say what I feel. I see the judgment when I bag my own groceries. At the same point, realize that they're being paid to interact with you is the only thing. And Evelyn, what is the definition of gentle flirting?
Oh,
because that is the question point.
Good
in
one.
There is, I love flirting with cute girls at the grocery store. From what I can tell, no, where's the gentle flirting? There was a question that had gentle flirting in it somewhere, didn't it?
No, I think we just all said gentle flirting.
Okay.
No,
the question was did it?
No? I love flirting with cute girls at the grocery store, and from what I can tell, they like the two. Nothing creepy. Oh, nothing creepy.
Oh, nothing creepy. Just gentle flirting. So the definition, what would the definition of gentle flirting be?
Flirting
it would be
expectation.
Yeah. And I mean, in types of, words or what's happening, I guess you'd really just have to be there. It's like a timing thing because it's situational, right? Like gentle flirting to me is situational. So you're kind of,
I think the flirting has to focus on yourself. You can't say, oh, you know, I really love it when you smile, or you should smile more. Those are not gentle flirting.
Not at all.
That's putting the onus on the other person.
Not fun. You know, but like compliments can be gentle flirting if it's done properly. Or like talking about, you know, you're bringing in food and you're like laughing at the food that you decided to buy. Like, it's a lot of Mr. Noodles, or like, you know, like making fun of yourself for that.
Yeah, fun innuendo that's like well placed.
Yeah. I like that sausage. That's not a fun innuendo. That is not gentle flirting.
Depending if you order a hot dog. I mean, if you order a hot dog and it's like, ooh, I like the sausage that I mean.
Yeah, except for you're
I
not
like my
ordering hot
sausage
dogs at
spicy.
the grocery store. They're like rings. So like they have it in your hand. Like, oh, that looks like mine. I don't think that's edible. Don't do that.
Honestly,
Don't do that.
like I like
So,
wieners.
so you obviously know how to handle a sausage. So,
Yeah.
oh, that's a pack of two.
It's a pack
It
of
works.
this is one thick sausage.
Oh,
There we are. Now we're not quite done. We still have at least another question, if not more. But what do
Sure.
you have coming up, Kinky Karma? What do you have in the works?
I've been writing stuff actually, which is great.
Oh, good for you.
I have the attention span when it comes to me as an artist of a fly. So right so right now I'm an artist and I like to write. So but I have a very good affection for all of the ghostwriters and all the lady ghostwriters that write stuff and you don't know that they're ladies. So I'm kind of doing the same thing. So
Nice.
depending on if you follow me on some kinky like websites or or if you're more into the LARP community, you might see some of my blogs flying around under an alias that kind of looks like my stage name.
Oh.
All right, Misty.
A
have
big
coming?
fat nothing. Because with the pandemic and everything, I've stepped away from everything and I'm trying sort of to figure it out. That said, I don't think I'm going to be going away forever or anything like that, but I don't really have anything coming up. The only thing, it's a fun project though. It's just with a friend of mine. A friend of mine has a podcast. I'm a bad friend and I can't remember the podcast
No,
right
you're
now.
a good friend. You said that you had a podcast. Now
But-
what you're going to do is you're going to post that podcast on your profile because
Yes.
everybody's
In
going to
the
go on your
description of this
profile.
video.
Exactly.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm going to do once we're done, because that's rude if I'm going to do that now. But she has a podcast and it's a fetish. I think it's called Fetish World.
Oh.
And she used to be a dom and she's very open with that, which is why I'm saying it, but I will just leave out her name for now. And she had one of the people that she worked with, he used to write plays and he really, really liked it when she would read them out. So one time back in the olden times when we could all get together, we actually recorded one. So it's like a radio play. So it was a few of us, there was 4 of us that got together and we did this radio play. So we're going to be doing that again.
Cool.
And I'm very much looking forward to that. I think I want to do a lot more voice stuff. I'm very much enjoying it. And radio plays and stuff like that. So I'm sort of moving towards that. And I also have an idea for a number, but who knows when that'll see the light of day, but it's in there.
I miss kittening.
Oh, I loved it too.
I
I've
miss
done it
kittening.
so much, but I love it. I love organizing people's stuff and talking to people. But the only thing I didn't like
Mhm.
is you don't get to see the numbers.
That's
the
why
thing.
that's why you come early during the general so you get to see them all. And when you know, like
Always.
you kind of coordinate yourself in order to always be able to see it.
Yes, that's true.
This involves self-kittening. But
I love
Telephone Productions are doing Spring Break,
I
a special
saw that.
12-hour
That's-
show
Yeah.
on March 27th, starting at 2 p.m., going to 2 a.m. So come definitely check that out. Tickets are still available.
That's a
Somebody is-
fundraiser, right?
It is a fundraiser for Stella. This time it's for Stella. Somebody has texted me a question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But I'm not sure if we still have another question there. Should we go with that question or go with the question that's on the board first?
Board and then your text.
Yeah. We
All
could do
right.
both.
We can do both.
How much time do we have?
We're in extra innings at this point. As long as people are still watching.
Yeah,
That's
good.
all that really matters. Denny Leger is saying, good show, everyone. So he's out already. Might it be the Fetish World podcast? DIY Muggle Guy is saying.
I think it is.
So Fetish World podcast. So that has been stated. So there are 2 women who flirt with me at the grocery store. I generally avoid flirting with people at their work for obvious reasons. However, I find their flirting fun or cute. Is that bad? You have this first, Kinky.
Well, I I'm taking it as an experience as me being a kitten and while kittening or on a gig. And if I'm the one that actually actively like flirts with you, usually it's more honest because I mean, yes, as much as I'm paid to like answer you and smile, I'm not necessarily paid to engage with you and
Mhm.
the flirt. So yeah, it's not bad. It's good. And I mean, if you're interested in the two girls, why not? Monogamy in this economy?
Boom.
What's
Misty.
with you?
Christopher Murtaugh is calling out Denny Leger by saying, Slacker checking out already.
That's awesome.
Misty.
I mean, if people are flirting with you and you want to flirt back, then I don't see that as a problem. Go ahead, enjoy
Good.
it.
And I think both of you have said everything that I needed to say there. Again, if you are the recipient and you enjoy it, enjoy it. If they're flirting with you, then you're not. They're not the. How can I say? It's only egregious when you're flirting with somebody who's paid to interact with you. If somebody who's being paid to interact with you decides to be flirty, that's their decision, and that's a fine thing. It should be a good little bit of an ego stroke. You just kind of made their job a little bit nicer. Denny Leger is stating out that they slack.
Good. You're
go.
just saying it's a good show. That's great. And also, sorry, it is the Fetish World podcast. That's totally what it is. Look it up. It's really, really good. The two people that host it literally have been in the community for years.
Nice.
Fetish World podcast. I'll still put it on my stuff.
Boom. Fetish World podcast. All right. The question I got, I probably should not be leaving this one as the last question.
Come on.
Do
it.
The question I received is, what's a good place to sext or find sexting partners?
Oh.
FetLife.
We got FetLife. FetLife is got a recommendation. Misty.
No idea. Legitimately, as I said, been single for a while here, and I'm not on any of the dating stuff. I have no idea.
Tinder.
I'm lost.
Tinder, FetLife.
Like, do people still use Tinder?
Yeah.
Bumble? Like, what are people using now? Like, Hinge?
They're
like,
still there.
Out.
They're still there. I like OkCupid if I want to have like intelligent conversations with people, and if I want to have like a confidence boost, I go to Tinder and then I just like ghost them and I just read until they start cussing me out. It's just me.
That was the best. You know what? I met my primary partner via OkCupid. So that is, it's the questions. You get the questions in sync with each other.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. There's Reddit as well, because there's lots of different Reddit forums. So you can meet interesting people and kind of stay a little bit anonymous that way. There is what is it called?
I use Reddit specifically for animal stuff. So I mean like funny animal memes, not
I use Reddit for stock options.
You Reddit for
stock.
The thing is, you can have multiple accounts on Reddit, which is the joy.
No, I have partners that do all those adult stuff for me, and I just like hover around it. It's not the same thing. It's like a secret like positive trait to polyamory and open relationships. If you don't know how to count, it's okay. Get yourself a partner that knows how to count. He'll count for you.
Christopher Murtaugh is also pointing out, you're just flirting with me, aren't you?
No.
Bashak uses Slido to flirt and sex with. So that's
I didn't even know
I've
that
been
was
reading these questions wrong. That's Slido is the tool that we use for the things. You guys sext on Slido? Yes.
But we've had sexual innuendos on like the questions that you received, so I mean that counts.
Definitely. It's true. There is, what is that other one? That let me take a look. Just sorry. There is another one.
I can't believe I didn't know what that was. Clearly this Bailey's is hitting me.
Where the questions are coming from. Yeah, exactly. There's an app called Pure, which is an anonymous app.
Okay.
Wait
I will
now.
try that.
It's probably the most ironically named app that you
Yes.
can download from the iStore.
It's called
It,
Pure. So you
Pure.
could text.
it's actually it caught my attention. I will try that.
Okay. What do you think is the most most of the trombone questions are? It's the flirty
Flirty
trombone.
trombone.
I don't understand the trombone and the innuendo. I think it's because I'm too French.
It's because it's huge, isn't it?
It's kind of like the X-Men.
Oh, I was
it's
thinking
because-
the tuba.
All right. Christopher is a trombone player. I have yet to see the picture of the Love Doctor sticker he owned on that trombone.
Okay.
On the
Makes more
trombone
sense.
case. Sorry, we wouldn't put it on that. So
I need to take my mind out of the gutter.
It makes more sense though. The trombone. This thing.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, did you think? No, it was my hand wasn't like this. It was like this.
No, I
It was a
know, but I
different
mean,
thing.
because the thing here is, here's the thing: it's like a trombone. It grows.
Yeah. But then it
Now you
shrinks.
put
Only
yeah,
if you,
like
only
put
if
your
you
mind in
treat
the
it right.
gutter. A trombone can grow. Like it doesn't show; it grows.
All right. Bashak is saying we sexed on the Love Doctor. Evelyn is saying we have to start a room on Clubhouse,
I'm down.
which is still only Apple only.
Aw.
Bashak is saying not on him, at him, in him. Evelyn says I knew that. It's why I tune in. If you push the right buttons when you sex, it slidos right in.
See,
Boom. I think that might be the final word. Did you two have fun tonight?
yes.
All right. The audience, if you have
Always.
fun tonight, that is great. If you felt educated, that is even better. Please make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, hit the little bell icon. Make sure that you are following the show. There is do we have that like look the little like and share thing up there right there. So hit the subscribe button. We got more comments have been coming in.
I tried.
It's a random thing. Trombone, sexy, yes. This was fun. Thank you all. Thank you everybody for being part of the show and being here for the last few minutes. This has been fantastic. I'm the Love Doctor. I love you all. My guest, of course, was Kinky Karma. And